Oh, this is beautiful Goa Beach.
You know there's a tiny...
Look at that drone out there. Somebody's flying their drone. That's awesome. Look at this beautiful beach. La 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 la. La 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 la. Come on, let's go get our feet wet. La 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 la. Goa is a vacation relaxing spot. I do gotta say that. I finally made it here. Oh, look at that. The drone. You're taking off. Well, we've been having a beautiful day dealing with the Breatharian message. Got us some good meditations in, the Qigong, the microcosmic orbit. The people really liked it because it works. All we have to do is stay consistent. The knowledge has been here, but you got to regulate yourself and really see where you at. You can't force it, can't push it. It'll be all natural because we're part of nature. We're part of all of this. This is wonderful once again as we're enjoying ourselves on this beach. Peace and blessings. We love you. Keep up the good work. This is Elitom Elamin, Breatharian. Here I am in wonderful Goa, India. At a wonderful place called Sri. Look at this beautiful greenery. And it's good to be in good places where you can thrive. You can thrive physically, mentally, and emotionally. And on the Breatharian journey, today we want to talk about the Mami Wata. Now the Mami Wata is a African spirit or spirits that is popular in Central Africa, West Africa, South Africa, and also the diaspora coming all the way to the Americas. And Mami Wata means the mother of the waters. And it's a concept or an idea or a spirit dealing with the spiritual energies, dealing with the water deities in that type of thought process. Now, the reason why we're bringing this up, dealing with this Breatharian journey, is because this has great significance, putting the pieces to the puzzle together on you making your transition. Because we heard about Mother Earth. Everybody got this, Mother Earth. But now through the African thought, they're talking about the mother of the waters called the Mami Wata, which is a very powerful entity. But this isn't the first time we heard of the Great Mother. So keep in mind that when that book, The Autobiography of a Yogi, was written, he talked a lot about being connected to the Great Mother. He kept talking about the Cosmic Mother. And as we continue here, when they're talking about the Mami Wata, they're also talking about connected with this mother. Because when you deal with the scriptures on how they're written, there's a lot of words that they use that means the same thing. Like, first of all, they got the word light. We always use that word light in spirituality. Another word they use is the waters, like the cosmic waters. They also use the word fire, which is the spiritual fires. Look at these different words now. And then we use the word spirit. Everybody use that word spirit. So spirit, fire, water, and light. When we read different spiritual scriptures, these words are used, but they're all talking about the same thing. See, this civilization is good for breaking things up so you think it's talking about something differently. But when we bring back the unity thought process, we got to bring everything back into its wholeness so that you could be self-sustained in your thought process. So when you deal with the cosmic waters, even the Egyptians had these deities in a boat. And they was traveling in this boat, but not out on the physical oceans of the waters that we know about. They was actually had a boat traveling through the sky, traveling through the ethers. So again, this goes through African thought dealing with the Mami Wata, the mother of the waters. But it's not talking about the physical waters of the oceans of the seas. Now, of course, when you look at the story, they talk about how it first got started is when the Europeans came with the ships and they had the mermaid figure on the front of the ship, and it was half woman, half fish, the mermaid, and that's when it got started. But that's not when it got started. Because keep in mind that when you deal with African history, its history only began when the European got there, you understand, to tell about its history. But its history goes a lot further because you are dealing with the oldest race on the planet. So when we go back and resurrect the Mami Wata, what she's really talking about, it predates all the other religions and stuff around the planet. Because the Mami Wata, her figure is a female. It could be both male or female, but it's mostly a female, and she has a serpent wrapped around her. Just like how Shiva here has this serpent wrapped around him. So she got this serpent wrapped around him. And as we talk on these levels of the Breatharian knowledge, we're bringing back these similitudes that will help you, that the ancients left for us, so you can make your transition by knowing what these things mean. That serpent represents power. It represents an energy. And it's coming up the spinal cord, you understand, to fuel the brain, because the brain needs to be fueled by another source than just things that are external. So on what level you're born into Mother Earth, we got Mother Earth, but now through the Mami Wata, the mother of the waters, you want to transition into the mother of the waters, the great mother. Now in Africa, they give you also these similitudes dealing with, and a lot of these things we've been living in the shadows of things to come. So they always show you, especially through voodoo, which means spirits, or voodoo, spirits with an S, or it means energies. So they show you these animal sacrifices. But that's not nothing new. All cultures and nations dealt with sacrifices. Here we go now, blood sacrifices. And even in the Bible, it shows you what, in the Old Testament, by the Jews, there was a lot of animal sacrifices on the altar being made. These blood sacrifices that were needed to connect with the higher forces that they call God. So when we deal with the Mami Wata, in order to connect with it, you have to make a blood sacrifice. But we're not talking about the animals now. We're not talking about that type of sacrifice. So the Christians did have it right on that level. We don't need that type of sacrifice. But now we take it a step further that you don't even need, no offense, these other saviors that was given to you that you have to believe in them. The blood sacrifice that has to be given in order for you to activate the energy of the mother of the waters is your own blood sacrifice, your blood flow, cleaning up your blood by watching what you put into your body. You understand? Because your blood actually attracts light to it. Your blood attracts spirit to it. It deals with the cosmic waters. I'm teaching a group here now, and I told them that there's what? Moisture in the air. Right where you at right now, feel the air and you can feel the moisture. Oh man, this gets good. And I don't care if you're in the desert region. You are in water. But you must learn to connect with the water. The reason why you feel thirsty now is because you are eating. You got mucus all in your system. The less mucus you have, the less thirsty you'll be. So you have to make this transition. In order for the body not only to produce its own water, it can also absorb the water from the atmosphere. No, this isn't far-fetched. We're about to take it deeper on a scientific level. So the Mami Wata that was once famous in Africa, It's been dumbed down, but right now we're bringing back the piece to the puzzle to let you know why at this age is coming back, because now we make it back to transition to connect with the mother of the water so you can be sustained by her. And it is said that the power of the cosmic mother brings forth healing. You'll go into good health when you connect and become in tune with her. You'll be able to heal others. And you'll be able to be self-sufficient when you will not be connected with Mother Earth. You'll be able to, transition from being sustained from Mother Earth, where you don't have to kill other things in order to survive. But you need the other power of the cosmic other, the mother, the cosmic energy. Now let me go get my notes here. Of course, I'm in a beautiful place here. We're having a lovely time. Oh, this is getting good. We're just opening up the surface. Hey, Marley. Here goes my buddy Marley. He's showing me so much here. Oh, man. Now I have to get my notes here to see where we're going to go with this so it can make sense. But we ain't going to keep it mythical no more. When we talk about the breatharian knowledge, we're bringing it down to earth so everybody could comprehend it. To show you the sciences behind this. Now, they say we're in the age of information. And that we are. We're in information like never before. Right now, you can Google fasting and all this other stuff, and you can find the most health benefits medically on what it can do for you, the do's and the don'ts. And you can find out the things that will harm you if you don't properly prepare or get supervision. So even when you deal with food freedom, you can't fast your way into food freedom. We don't teach that. I'm teaching you how to eat your way back into food freedom. You understand? Because you've been eating all your life. You were born into Mother Earth. You were born dealing with just like any other animal. But with the religious or the spiritual sciences are saying that we are not done in our development. You were developing in your mother's womb. You became, a baby when you came out, but you wasn't done developing. You became a toddler. You became a teenager soon. Then you became, a young adult. You still transitioning. All of us as babies. I don't care if you're 40 years old, 50, 60, 70, 80. You are a baby compared to this. There's other transitions we got to do after you get off of your desires so that you can transform, but you're going to transform from Mother Earth into the mother of the waters, the Mami Wata. Now let's make this make sense. Now in the air, they say a breatharian lives off the air. Yes, a breatharian does. They live off the air. But what's in the air? What are you living in? That's the thing that the person don't understand. You're living in it and you take it for granted. But you live in they're a mixture of gases. Let's make this make sense. Hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, argon, water. Water's in the atmosphere. That is a scientific fact. You're living in a mixture of gases, the right mixture that gives life. You're breathing it, absorbing it. So when they say you just need oxygen to breathe, no, you need the whole mixture that gives life, or it wouldn't have been created. Now let's look at that word. These three words I'm going to bring up. Hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. And it got the word gen at the end of it. G-E-N. Now that's a word that means information. That's why you got the word Genesis. Some say it means beginnings. Genes, when we add an E onto it, that's dealing with the DNA because it is dealing with information. You live in the age of information. So they put gen at the end of the oxy, the nitro, and the hydro. You're dealing with information that you're breathing. And it's doing so much for us that we ain't even scratched the surface. And these elements are on the periodic table. Now let's look at hydrogen. What is it? It is odorless. That means you can't smell it. Colorless. It don't have no color. You can't see it. Gas, and you're living in it. Let's say it again. You can't see it, you can't smell it, but you're living in it. So when we say a breatharian lives off the air, you're living in something that you cannot see and you cannot smell, and it's colorless. But this is the thing about hydrogen. It's highly flammable. Wow. So that's why when the ancients was writing this again, dealing with spirit, dealing with light, dealing with water, they were all using the same word, talking about the same thing, trying to get this concept across. So we live in something, and let's take nitrogen. It's the same way. It's odorless. You can't smell it. It's colorless. You can't see it. And it's a gas. But you're living in it. And the air, it just ain't sitting here haphazardly. It's organized. You can organize it. That's why when you got a thing of radio stations coming through the air, there could be a broadcast tower there. We got the radio here. And when you turn on the radio, go through the different stations, it ain't like as soon as you got to the station that the station showed up. The station was already there in the air. You just happen to get to the right frequency to tune it in. So that's why on the breatharian journey, you are recalibrating the body so it could tune in the higher subtle forces that already exist that's coming through the atmosphere. That's why this is an education. Your mind can hold you back. Now listen to hydrogen that's in the air. It's the first element on the periodic table, and it's the most abundant element in the universe. And it could be used to fuel cells and to generate electricity. They're using that right now in the sciences. What you're breathing and what you're living in can fuel cells, and it can what? Bring forth electricity and heat. And you're living in it. Your body is a biomachine. You better start looking at it that way. Now you just can't eat anything and act like you're just going to keep operating the same way. Absolutely not. You change on everything you put in your body. It adapts to everything. Every habit, every lifestyle, all of this good stuff. So if you want to come on these breatharian levels, you got to start slowly lightening up, slowly changing your perception, and start getting educated on what you're living in and how to start utilizing it. Because you got electricity going up your spinal cord. That's why they say you got an electromagnetic field coming off of your body. You got electricity coming from you. You produces it. Oh man, listen at this now. Now when we deal with hydrogen, they say it's 90% of the visible universe. 90% is composed of hydrogen. And hydrogen is on the beginning of the periodic table, and it consists of one proton and one electron. And from there, we know what happens from there. So when we get into oxygen, oxygen is hydrogen, H2O. Two hydrogen and one oxygen, and you put them together. Now this is where it gets good. That's why in Africa, again, they said the Mami Wata was the water spirit that a person could connect to. You're going to graduate from Mother Nature, Mother Earth, and you're going to transition to the Mami Wata, the cosmic mother, the cosmic waters, the cosmic forces. Here we go now. Now hydrogen is the raw fuel that mostly used to burn and produce energy. Now, let's repeat that. Your sun, for instance, and the stars, that is the energy used by stars to produce and burn energy. That's how powerful it is. And you are living in it. You are breathing it. You are it. It's all energy now. Why can't you use this energy? You're smart enough to figure it out. Now, hydrogen is important for the body because it keeps the body hydrated. Now listen at that. Now, if hydrogen is flammable and it's a gas and it could burn, why would they call it hydro? And don't they say hydrogen, we need to hydrate ourselves? And when we think of hydration, we think of water. You need to stay hydrated. But when you're eating and you got all that mucus in your system, of course you need the tangible substance of that type of water in the system, because that's what the cells are looking for to purge themselves out. But when you get to another state of consciousness, when you start connecting with the Mami Wata, the mother of the waters, the cosmic mother, hydrogen is all in the atmosphere. And it's used to energy fuel cells. You're made of cells. That's what fuels the cells of the body. Oh man. It's a crucial element. They also use it in the military to fuel different weapons, of course. They know the power hydrogen have. But it's all in the atmosphere. And going back to that gene again, and that word means information. Now, information comes from the Latin word informare. And informare means to shape, to train, to instruct, and to educate. When you got a certain amount of information, you should be able to reshape yourself. You should be able to train yourself within it. You should be able to become educated into it, and it should be able to manifest on the knowledge that you know. So when you deal with the Breatharian knowledge, and when you connect with the Mami Wata, the mother of the waters, it will manifest, because you can walk around in this realm like I am. Food free, drink free, and there ain't nothing nobody could do about it, because I connected to the forces. There's no extra heart, there's no extra lung. It's the instructions, it's the education that you have to transform yourself. Oh man, this is what we're talking about now. So let's look at this again. Now, let's bring out something real crucial here. As we deal in the chemical game, we deal with biochemistry and also energy medicine. And Breatharianism deals with energy medicine, and energy has the power to influence the biochemistry of an organism. Now, there's a thing called melanin. That's what gives us our hair color, our skin color, our eye color. All humans have melanin. And especially all humans have neuromelanin. That's why we talk about the black dot, the pineal gland, that substantial nigra that's in the brain, that black part. That is called melanin. And it's a good conductor of energy. That's what it does by its nature. Everybody works with it. Now listen at this now. So neuromelanin, what we have going through all the neural pathways of our body, is more than just our brain. It's in all the major crucial points in the physical body, because the body, its main goal is to what? Distribute energy throughout the body. It don't care how it gets it. Now, if you want to stick with Mother Earth and keep eating off of Mother Earth, you keep doing it. That's okay. But if you want to transition to the Mami Wata, the mother of the waters, the cosmos, nourishing you, feeding you, that we all live in, you can do that also. But you must understand this. So now they're doing what? Melanin research. They've been doing it, but one of the main places is in South America, and there's a doctor by the name of Dr. Silas, and this is what he said. He said that the melanin molecule has the power to disassociate chemical energy and bring forth water. Or it could take water and bring forth chemical energy. That's what the molecule could do. Matter of fact, it's more powerful than chlorophyll. See, we say that plants practice photosynthesis, right? Hands down. Photo means light, synthesis means to combine, to putting it together. You understand? To bring forth what something needs. So now, the melanin molecule, not only it does the same thing, that's if you put it into that state. Now let's look at that again. We live in the bottom of gases. Oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, argon, all this other stuff. So that means that I got something in me, the melanin molecule, that is able, if I get thirsty and need water, it can disassociate. It can take the gases and what? Get the water out of it for what the organism needs. That's basically what he's saying. So when Africa was talking about the Mami Wata, a person living for the Mami Wata, the spirits of the water, and it's a what? Female entity, which means the receptive energy, and it got the serpent, which means power. It's talking about a transitional process. But see, the knowledge been lost, and like we said, we've been at the mercy of somebody else telling the story. But now, since we're making full circle as humanity, because all humans come from the same common ancestor, we're bringing the knowledge back now. So now, we're connecting again with the Mami Wata. My body, your body, has the melanin molecule, the neuromelanin, that could disassociate chemical energy from water, and vice versa. That's what the research says. And when you start living it, you can start finding out for yourself. I hope this makes some sense. We did the best we can. This is Elitom Elamin in wonderful Goa, India, checking out the Mami Wata, the mother of the waters. You're actually going to transform yourself into better health, better longevity, happier living, better emotions, manifestation, better thought processes, all in the same package. That's what we mean by the holistic lifestyle, being holy, being whole, being complete. And this goes on every day. You must make this reconnection, because this is what it's all about, connected with the mother of the waters. This is Elitom Elamin checking out. Peace and blessings.